do get a lot of complaints where people will have an immaculate kitchen. You can eat off the floor. The oven is amazing. It looks brand new. But they have where the drips are going down inside of the door glass. They may be tempted to try to get in there and clean it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time getting into the door, it's so many pieces. It's amazing. I mean, there's up to 4 different pieces of glass.
Wow.
There's brackets that hold things in place that are just kind of sitting there in the position. It can be very, very difficult. And then once you put it all back together, you run the risk of the front glass shattering because it's safety glass. Mm-hmm. So if everything isn't perfectly aligned, you'll go to turn in that last screw and it just shatters. I don't recommend having it taken apart, and you want to be leery even if you have a tech come out and do it. Some of them probably won't do it just because of the risk of that breaking and then being liable. Mm-hmm. And if they do, you're thinking, oh, well, they'll come out, take it apart and clean it, maybe $100 or $200. But I mean, there's some, depending on the door, you may pay $300 or $400 in labor just for them to clean it. So
just to clean a door, yeah.
Yeah. So there are some things you can do. Most doors will have some kind of vent or some kind of hole somewhere on it where you can actually get something that's pretty stiff but kind of flexible, even like a coat hanger, and then tape some type of like microfiber cloth or something to it, and you can run it in the hole if it's small enough to try to clean it up a bit. You may have to kind of play with what you're using, but I would definitely recommend that rather than trying to get in there.
Yeah, and definitely just praying that the microfiber cloth doesn't come off the hook, and
Yeah, exactly.
You're playing the arcade fishing game, trying to get it back.
Yeah, for real. It's a thing.
I'm sure there's someone out there with a perfectly clean kitchen and an oven door that's just got that one few little blemishes that's just driving them crazy. But I mean, $300-400 is a lot to fix it.
Oh yeah, and there's just some designs are better than others at that not happening, because when you have that much heat and you're cooking and you've got grease, from the stuff that's cooking, it's hard for it not to, as that heat and all that moisture is venting out, for it not to go in between the glass. So yeah, some are definitely better than others on that happening.
Mm-hmm.